collision of two top 25 ranked teams. Two teams looking to win, make a statement, and move up. Welcome to the thin air of Laramie, Wyoming, and the home of the Wyoming Cowboys. And we'll see the number 14 team in the country, the BYU Cougars, taking on a squad from the Mountain West, the Wyoming Cowboys. For EA Sports, I'm Chris Fowler, joined in the booth by Kirk Hermstreet. Kirk, let's get this thing going. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. The Cougars offense comes on the field first today. And remember, the last time these rivals met, Kirk, these guys dropped the hammer. It got ugly.
And, Chris, don't underestimate the mental anguish that can put on a team. It's important that this defense plays well and tries to get the ball back to their own offense to give them a chance to build their confidence up.
Offense will keep it on the ground here. Got the first down and still motoring. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 31. It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. To throw, it's Bachmeyer. It's a short completion to the big tight end. They stop him after a short gain. It's not a first down. 2nd down play coming up for this offense. QB decides to keep it here. Breaks free. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
And that's what he likes to do. He knows he's a weapon out there, not just with his arm, but when he can pull it down on an option like this and pick up a big chunk of yards, it can leave any defense with their head spinning.
Powering through. And he'll step out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
Well, if there's a silver lining for the defense, at least this quarterback didn't get out and gash him for a first down. But now they've got options coming up here. I wouldn't be surprised to see if they go back to him again.
On the shotgun, it's a handoff. Looks like BYU will have the first down.
Hey, it's not a lot, but it's enough to get the first down.
Fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Makes the grab. It's Martin. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. Kirk, you played in plenty of rivalry games. How do they feel different from the others?
Well, Chris, rivalry games, and depending on who the coach is, this is a game you think about all year. You know, you're working out in the weight room. You're doing drills in summer two-a-days. Everything is focused on getting to this game and playing your very best. Chris, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively. I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw.
And it's a long-distance house call. Touchdown, Brigham Young. And Kirk, how important is that to get off to a positive start, to draw first blood in a rivalry game like this?
Well, Chris, as you know, in a rivalry game, there's so much emotion. So to be able to put a touchdown on the board first just sets the tone for a big day.
And he knocks through the PAT. Return starts from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Cowboys offense takes the field. Our first chance to see them today. They'll be challenged today by one of the linebacker groups in the sport. Impact players who fly around and are capable of just taking over football games.
Yeah, Chris, I think it's the versatility of what these guys do that really makes them so unique. I mean, they can play off ball and defend the run, and get into passing situations. Oftentimes, you'll see these guys blitz or get up near the line of scrimmage and pressure the quarterback. When you have that kind of ability, it's rare, let alone to have two of them. So that's why this defense is one of the best.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Back to pass. It's Anderson. Makes a quick grab. He's found some room at the 45. Tackle is made very near midfield. Good enough for a first down. Great start to the drive. Back-to-back explosive plays, and now another first down. Fires it to the wideout. And it's incomplete. He dropped the first down pass over the middle.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass you got to have to come up with and make a catch.
And that's a solid gain before the defense is able to bring him down. That run sets up a critical third down play. Sophomore trying to make a play but put too much on the throw.
Offense facing fourth down.
Bit of a gamble here. Offense going for it on fourth down. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Quick throw. Catch made on the outbound. They make the tackle, but he easily gets first down yardage, and the drive keeps going.
Man, that's got to be deflating for this defense. They had this offense right where they wanted, and then they come up with a fourth down conversion with that pass.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Oh, they trap him for a sack.
Well, you got to do a better job with your fake as the quarterback. The defense did not bite at all on the play action, allowing them to continue to come after the quarterback and come up with that sack.
Great move in the open field. They make the tackle at the 19, but this offense now has a first down in the red zone. Now the first snap in the red zone in this drive.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see as an offense to open up a football game. Everything seems to be working, whether they're running the football, as we saw right there, able to protect, throw the football with timing and rhythm, everything on full display for this offense to let this defense know they could be in for a long day.
This is crucial. Defense needing a stop on third down, trying to force a field goal. They'll try to pick up the third down yardage on the ground. Tackle is made at the 4. It'll be first down and goal.
Wow, you love to see this first drive of the game, and the offense goes to the ground game to come up with that critical first down here on third down. Impressive, and now they get a real shot here inside the 10-yard line.
Touchdown, Wyoming. Add 6 more points to the total. So they reach the end zone after a marathon march. How about the execution on that drive, Kurt?
Well, I know a lot of times people get excited for the big plays. They're fun to watch. But what's impressive to me is an offense that can put together a long drive and then finally cap it off with a touchdown. That way you don't have to always rely on the big plays. That's a great drive.
Coverage team flying downfield. Not much gained on that return. So the BYU offense comes back out onto the field. Here's the first play of the drive now, backed up at the 15. In the last possession, the defense just had no answer for this powerful ground game. Let's see what they can do this time. Makes the catch and gets his foot down. What a play. Good for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Direct snap to the back. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game home just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
BYU getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Scanning the field, it's Blockmeyer. Deep shot toward the end zone. It's dropped. Would have been a big play, but he could not hold on. After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 29. Caught behind the line. It's Roberts. Defense makes the tackle as the final seconds of this first quarter run out. Deadlocked at the end of a fun, competitive first quarter. Let's check out the stats so far. And after a promising start, we hope that both these teams will just continue with more of this action. A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on third down. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. And he decides to just throw it away. That's going to bring up fourth down now. So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. Oh, and he knocks it right through.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And it's fielded. Returner trying to create a big play here. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. So Wyoming's offense comes back out onto the field. The last drive, the passing game, very effective. Moved them right down the field. Can the defense make adjustments? Receiver makes the grab. Brought down, but broke a tackle to produce a solid gain there.
Well, the defense didn't have any time at all to get pressure on the quarterback. He gets the ball out of his hands pretty quickly on the hitch to the receiver.
Pass caught, second down now. Scanning the field, it's Anderson. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. Tackle is made, it's a short gain, well short of the marker.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or 2 guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
And that's the tight end, Kirk, showing why he's a weapon as he flexes out into the slot that time.
Loved how they use this tight end. Love how sometimes he's in line. As you say, now they flex him out. He's a tough matchup for any defense. He's got the size and athletic ability really to be able to play at receiver. But now they're able to use him in so many different ways. It puts a lot of pressure on this defense.
So after the incompletion, it's second down. Off the play fake, looking to pass it. Quick throw to his receiver. Oh, what a grab! They stop him out at the 42. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield.
Well, you could tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that in route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
And it's incomplete. The defensive pressure affected his throw that time. After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 42. Back to throw again. Slides the quick throw. They find the slot receiver on a drag route that time.
Yeah, you don't really see this very often from a slot receiver on this drag route, but a nice call here, nice little wrinkle. Quarterback does a nice job of waiting for him to clear the traffic and then found him for a nice gain.
And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
I mean, we're not even to halftime yet, and I don't think this guy wants to take a break once we get to the half. That's his 5th catch and counting.
To the air, it's Anderson. Lets it fly to the wideout. Makes the grab and keeps the foot in bounds. That's going to be enough for a first down. Great play. The defense backed up against their own end zone. Here's the handoff on 1st and goal. Runner finding some space there. That's a solid gain on the ground. Solid gain puts him in good position for 2nd down and goal. And he muscles into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. Extra point makes the lead 4. So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away.
BYU 10.
He's going to try for a return from a couple yards deep in the end zone. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. So the first play of the drive coming up here. Under 3 minutes to play before half. Play action here on 1st down. Pass rush closing in. He'll just throw that one away to avoid what would have been a sack.
Boy, the quarterback did about everything he could here to wait for that play to develop, and there was just nobody open. It's great coverage downfield, and instead of taking a sack or potentially throwing the pick, he just gets rid of it.
Taking a shot deep down the right side. Oh, he dropped it. Can you believe it? A huge gain slips through his hands. Well, a series serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Running out of time in the pocket. And that's a 3rd straight misfire.
And I think the quarterback here forces the ball because it's 3rd down. He's got to be careful having the ball on his own side of the field. That ball was almost picked off.
And on 4th down, the punter sends it away. Oh, and he's got some space here. The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. So Wyoming's offense gets back out onto the field. The passing game was clicking beautifully in the last drive, right down for a touchdown. Let's see if they can do it again. Off the play fake on 1st down. Catch made on the left side. Gets out of bounds after a solid gain.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Offense keeps moving. It's a completion for a 1st down. It's the 2-minute timeout. Nice to have a close game here as we approach the half. Here's a 1st and 10 play. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Goes to his right side there for the completion. And the gain just good enough for a 1st down. Back-to-back chunk plays to begin the drive. The defense on their heels. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch. So now it's 3rd and short from the +25. They're in field goal range, but let's see what the call is. They're thinking about touchdown, of course. Receiver makes the catch, and the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. Looking to throw it from the red zone. Here's a target, and it's complete. He's tackled, but down at the 9-yard line. Defense getting pushed around. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. The offense threatening, close to the goal line with a new set of downs. Catch made, but the defense gobbles him up for just a short gain. Defense spends their 2nd timeout to try to regroup. Looking to throw. It's Anderson. Caught quickly. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball down to the 4. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. He moves the ball to the 4. It's 3rd down and goal. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Pass caught. Can he get in? The defense makes the stop at the 3.
At the 3-yard line. Brings up 4th and goal.
So 4th down now from the 3. They'll go for it. Can the defense rise up for a big stop? Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. The pass falls incomplete. A big 4th down stop for this defense. So it's 1st and 10 inside the 5. How does the coaching staff play this? So they won the ball to get some breathing room, or will they trust the QB and be more aggressive here? Now here he goes. And he steps out of bounds, but a solid gain there on the ground. 1st and 10 play coming up. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Oh, that one's picked off.
Boy, Chris, he hesitated just enough to give the defense a chance to get in position and come up with a big turnover.
So here we go, the first play of the drive, less than a minute to play before halftime. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Harris.
Boy, it's one of the things I love about this running back. It's not just this defense trying to defend him running the football. As you can see here early in his game, trying to get him involved in the passing game. Great call.
2nd down play coming up. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. And the pass is complete to the tight end. Brought down at the 7, but the completion moves him into scoring position.
Well, This is what coaches love to see, a quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback, then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Brought down at the 5 after the completion. Defense getting pushed back. 2nd and goal for the offense. Looking downfield, it's Anderson. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up 3rd down.
Risky throw here on 2nd down. You know, small spaces down here can be an issue for any quarterback. Very interested to see what they call here on 3rd down coming up.
Look at a throw on 3rd and goal. Makes the catch. Can he get in? And he will score. Touchdown, Wyoming.
I'll tell you what, in this first half, this quarterback seems to be making all the right reads and showing the accuracy that he's shown all year long. Outstanding pass, great conversion. They put 6 more on the board.
So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. Gets it to the 25-yard line. That's where they'll start the drive. So it's 1st down, but they just kneel down before halftime here. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. Final seconds in the first half, they will just take a knee and head to the locker room. Looks like the offense content to run the clock out here and go to halftime. Talk about the second half. The minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
All right, thank you for the update, Kevin. Appreciate it. And the Cougars will kick this away to get the second half going. Fields it just outside the goal line. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. So Wyoming's offense gets back out onto the field. Passing game's been on fire. Let's see if the defense has made some changes to begin to slow it down. Off the play fake, looking to throw on 1st down. Catch made on the left side. Breaks loose at the 40. Out of bounds, but not before a big game. This offense is ripping the defense apart today. All it took was one explosive play to move the ball across midfield. 1st down to the 48. Quick throw over the middle. Diving grab. What a play by that receiver. Tackle made, but the sophomore quarterback showing us the arm strength. See what the call is on 1st and 10. To the 25. They make the stop, but the offense is set up in scoring position. 1st down from the 23.
Look at this offensive line paved the way for this back on this huge run. This is the way you come out to start the second half, working with a lead.
Tight end makes the grab and heads out of bounds after a decent gain.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Offense now operating in the red zone. And now the handoff. Fights off a defender. And they tackle him, but a solid gain down to around the 5-yard line. This offense continues to roll. We wondered, would this defense come up with some answers at halftime? Not on that play.
Now they've tried to make every adjustment they can. This offense has been very improved.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cowboys. And the energy really building now, Cricket. They're not careful. This could get ugly.
Chris, this offense has been impressive the entire game. And one of the great things about rivalry games is you'll never forget this kind of performance.
And the extra point was up and good.
BYU 10.
He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. Coverage team brings down the return. Here goes the BYU offense back out on the field. Back to pass. It's Bachmeier. Grab behind the line. It's Martin. And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
On the run, it's Martin. He gets loose. Tackle right at the 30, good enough to move the sticks.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. You really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
The sure hands, it's Roberts. He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And the Cougars come to the line to set a fresh set of downs. On first down, it's play action. Receiver looks it in. It's complete.
They make the stop after a huge play. Moves the ball to the 35.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Incompletion makes it second down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. That one falls incomplete, looking for a flag, doesn't get it. Brings up third down. Urgency now for the offense that hates to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. Quick throw, testing the middle.
What a catch! Tackle is finally made down at the 11-yard line.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive.
Motors into the end zone. Touchdown, BYU.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his second touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
28, BYU 17.
He'll return it from inside the 5. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. So Wyoming's offense goes back out onto the field. Great possession last time. They punch it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? And it's caught. Oh, what a cut. Still going. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35. Game moves into the 35. First down again. To throw, it's Anderson. Dumps a short throw down to the running back. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. Pass complete. It's second down now. And he'll set up to throw. It's caught. Nice pitch and catch. There's the tackle, but first down yardage. A new set of downs after that completion. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Lets it go quickly. He makes the grab. Tackled immediately, but it's a big chunk play. Gain to the 35-yard line. Completion good for first down yardage for this offense. Short connection to the tight end here. That completion makes it second and medium. Looking for a receiver. It's a quick grab. They make the tackle at the 19, but this offense now has a first down in the red zone. They come up on first down, clock running, final minute here of the third quarter. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. The ball is hauled in. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field, somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
They come up 3rd and short. This is the 8th play of the drive. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Quarterback finds an open target on the left side. Drop for a loss after the catch on 3rd down. Sets up a 4th down now.
Well, obviously, you're going to throw the football on 3rd down. But, man, they complete that pass and lose yardage to set up this big 4th down.
And the completion made. Tackle after he makes the first down as the seconds tick away here in the 3rd quarter. And notice how the balance of this passing game's been on display here. A whole bunch of guys getting involved catching passes. That's tough to stop. 1 quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. So here we go. An exciting start to the quarter as the offense sets up with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw. It's Anderson. Bites into the end zone. Touchdown, Wyoming. That's another strike from this quarterback, Kirk. He is having himself a day.
This guy's just having one of those days you dream about against this secondary. Let's also give credit to the wide receivers doing a nice job of getting open, and the big fellas up front for giving him enough time to throw.
And they're able to tack on the extra point.
BYU 17.
Returner looking to make a play here. Returner tackle right there. That's when they'll start the drive.
BYU offense will take over.
Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. Looking to throw it on 1st down. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Past the 25. 1st down, they'll keep the drive going to the 37. That'll put him over 150 yards today, Kirk. He is putting on a show on this big stage.
How great is this? On this stage, as you mentioned, Chris, just playing his best game. He's been in sync with his receivers. Back there, has time to throw. Just having a dream performance. I really like what this defensive coordinator is doing right now. He's got a nice lead. Just sit back. The most important thing is tackling this offense inbounds so that clock will keep ticking.
Play fake, looking to throw. Grab down the middle. It's Roberts. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball to the plus 40.
Chris, this guy has a big-time arm. He just zipped the ball in there. You know, you can sometimes show your arm strength in other ways than just bombing it deep.
1st down, looking to throw the football. Defense is coming after him. Just flings it out of bounds and pass rush closing in.
Oh, it's another incompletion. Just something's missing with this offense. Cannot quite get into sync. And now we got another 4th down for this quarterback.
Dropping back, it's Bachmeier. Quick throw complete to the tight end. Tackle made at the 26-yard line. This offense getting closer to the red zone.
Nice play-action call here by this offensive coordinator. You know, you can freeze those linebackers just for a split second. Usually that's going to give you enough room to be able to get that tight end behind them. And if the quarterback can make a nice tight throw like this, pick up some big yards.
They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. The Cougars looking to use the up-tempo offense here. Here comes a throw from the red zone. Caught over the middle. It's Roberts. Brought down at the 7. The completion moves him closer to the goal line. So here comes 2nd down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Incomplete, and that shot to the end zone.
But what was the quarterback thinking here? You're inside the 10-yard line. You got a chance to put points up on the board. You can't just randomly throw the ball into coverage like this.
Tremendous protection. There was bound to be somebody open. Touchdown, Brigham Young.
Extra point try coming now. And the PAT makes the lead 11, 35-24. I believe they're going to line up here and go for the onside kick. On the hands team does their job and secures the recovery. So Wyoming's offense comes back out onto the field. They were clicking last time. Great protection. The pitch and catch was solid. Right down for a touchdown. Short throw complete to the tight end. Tackle is made, just a short gain after the completion. Pass caught. Second down now. Grinding away on the ground. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. And he dumps it off to the tight end.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this fourth down and short.
And the offense will stay out there. They are 2 for 3 so far on fourth down tries. Looking downfield, it's Anderson. It's complete. That's enough for a first down. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On fourth down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but he's beyond the sticks for the first down.
And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Boy, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game, because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Offense gets set up here. It's third down. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. Looking for the wide out. Finds a man downfield. It's a big gain to the right. They bring him down, but that is a crucial first down. They could just run out the clock in victory formation now. First down here for this offense. Gonna run it. It's Harris. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Quarterback drops back. Quick throw, misses his mark there, incomplete. And they convert here on third down in the red zone. This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. Looking to the end zone, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
You know, this head coach and even the players always talk about wanting to play a full 4 quarters, and that's what we're seeing right now. I don't think they're interested in running the score up. I just think they're out there executing the plays called. And right now, they continue to put touchdowns up on the board.
I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. Now they safely make the recovery. The onside kick doesn't work.
Hey, it's the fourth quarter here. They're trying to get that football back. I don't blame them. Unfortunately, they couldn't come up with it.
So the BYU offense comes back out onto the field. Well, this has been a disappointment. They've had their doors blown off here, just playing for pride at this point. Grab down the middle. It's Martin. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, and picks up some decent yardage. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Dropping back, it's Bachmeier. Caught over the middle, it's Ryan. They bring him down to the 18. The offense set up in the red zone with a first down. And the quarterback will just clock the football.
QB spicing. No gain on the play.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. And he drops back in the gun. The receiver makes the catch. Defense makes the stop very close to a first down. So here we go. Third down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. Going to pick up the third and short through the air. Launching one to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, BYU.
Well, when everybody's covered, the tight end can be a quarterback's safety blanket, especially when you're looking towards the end zone. Great catch to get them in for the touchdown.
Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. The hand seen able to corral that one, and that should just about do it. The offense can kneel down and wrap up the victory.
Good call here to go with this onside kick. It looked like they may have had a shot to be able to come up with this recovery. Unfortunately, they don't, and this could wrap up the ball game.
Well, this is a football team that came in here with plenty of fuel. Obviously, the atmosphere charged up. They were inspired by that. Not expected to win. Maybe a little bit disrespected, and all of that shows.
Oh, well, anytime you're a ranked team and you go on the road against an unranked team, that's always a challenge. We see it every week in college football, and this is a huge win, as you mentioned, Chris, for the unranked team. It's going to be a long week for the losers. They're going to have to regroup, find out if they can come back the next week and see if they can win a game. But the party will be going for a long time tonight.
And that's going to wrap it up. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports.